Hello students. So basic of Python. Today we will study about basic of Python. Python is an open source object oriented high level programming language. It is freely available. You can freely download. Open source means you will have coding also. You will have source code also. IDLE stands for Integrated Development Learning Environment. That comes with Python. In Python, IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment, comprises of Python shell, interactive window, and Python editor script window. I'll show you interactive window. So here you can open. This window. This is your interactive window. So this is your interactive window. You can see here. And your script window. Script window is your, you can open like this. New file. This is your script window. This is a script window, you can see here. This triple greater than symbol, this is your triple greater than symbol. This is known as command prompt or prompt, you can say. This is your blinking cursor. This means when this blinking cursor is displayed, that means you can now give command to it. Now it is ready to take Python command from the user. So what is the difference between these two? In interactive window, the triple greater than symbol is there, known as command prompt. In script window, there is no such prompt. You can see in script window there is no such command prompt. In this you cannot save your work or your coding. In this you can save your code. In this, if I want to print, I have to write within inverted comma and no need for print command. But from this, if I want to print, I have to write print command. Without print command, I cannot use. This is a case sensitive language, so be careful in writing small letters and capital letters. Computer, you have to save this file. Suppose program 1. I am saving this file. Now I can run this file. This is the shortcut. You can see. So in this you have to write print. In this it is your optional. You can write and you can avoid also. Suppose here I want to write. I can write print command also. You can see here. Okay. It's okay. Now next is, it is a case sensitive language. Suppose if I write here capital P. You will see there is an error. For this, capital P and small p are two different letters. It treats differently. You can see. So it is a case sensitive language. You can do arithmetic operations also. Arithmetic operations. Suppose 5, 4 plus 5, 4 minus 2, 4 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2. You see, it is giving in your decimal. Suppose I don't want decimal. So, double slash. It will not give decimal values. Then, suppose I want to calculate 2 raised to the power 3, 8. Suppose I want to calculate 3 raised to the power 3. Suppose I want to find remainder. I say 6 modulus 5. This is known as modulus operator. It gives a remainder. Suppose I say 15 divided by modulus 4. It will give remainder. So these are your arithmetic operators. Now print. Print as a function. You use simple print statement. Suppose I want to print 1, 2, 3. I haven't given any space in this. You can see. But if I want, by default it is separated by space. By default it is separated by space. Suppose I want Alt P. Alt P is a shortcut to repeat the command. Suppose I want to give separator as a hash. So I will say SEP is equal to hash. Separator is equal to hash. You can see. You can give any separator of your choice. Suppose I give here dollar symbol. So you can give any separator of your choice. Now, suppose I want to print these are string values. You have to write within inverted commas. Now suppose I want to give again separator here. Suppose I will add the rate. You can see. Now if I want to give something in ending statement, I can give comma and is equal to whatever I want. I can give. Slash n stand for new line character, next line. You can see these are ended at end. You can use any character for this. So this is your print statement. A variable. Suppose I say I is equal to 5. I is a variable and 5 is its value. If I say I, it will print I. So this is your variable. Now there is an identity. For this, there is an identity. Suppose I want to check its identity. I can write it here. ID X. Suppose ID 55. This is the memory address. X is equal to 5 ID X. This is the memory address where it has been stored. Okay. Now type. I want to see the type. So I will say type X. It will define its data type int. Suppose I take decimal value. Float. So this is integer, then float. These are the numbers. There are types numbers, integer, which is not having decimal values, float in which you have decimal values, boolean in which just true and false, 0 and 1. Complex numbers are like a plus x is equal to a plus bj. It's like that. None, none, none. This is a spatial data type. It means absence of value, that you haven't given any value. Value is absence. Then sequence strings. Strings are the characters, string values, tuple, list, sets, mapping, dictionary. Now type. Type again as using type, you can see the data type. Suppose I say type, you can see str string. Then is your assignment operator. A is equal to 5. This is your assignment operator you have assigned. Suppose I say it will give this. You can assign multiple values, multiple variables. Suppose a, b, comma c is equal to 5, comma a, y, comma 9. You can give any value. If I want to print, you can see like this. Now rules for variable name. This is very important. Whenever you are defining a variable name, your first letter should be alphabet or underscore. You cannot start with digit or any other special character. In variable name, spaces are not allowed. In variable name, just digits, letter and underscore are allowed, and first letter should be always letter or underscore. Keywords cannot be used as variable name. Keywords means like print. Print is a keyword. So keywords cannot be used as a variable name. Always try to give some meaningful name for identification purpose. Keywords are reserved words which have some meaningful name. Suppose I want to check list of keywords. Import keyword. Then I will write print keyword dot kw list. You can see there, this is the list. You can see it. False, none, true. These have first letter is capital, rest is small letters. So mathematical operators I have explained: plus, minus, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus operator which give remainder, double stars that gives you raised to the power, double slash that will give integers quotient only, decimal portion will be removed. Concatenation string. String can be added together. That is, you can join your string. Suppose. You can see this is known as concatenation operator or adding string together. Then is your relational operators. Now I say A less than B. True, because A is less than B. Suppose I say A greater than B. False. So this way you can use all the operators. Now if I say A greater than equal to B. False. A less than equal to B. False. A not equal to B. Okay. A not equal to B. True. This can be used, but this is not supported by you, so you can use this not equal to. But this and this both represent not equal to. A is equal to B. Triple double is equal to false. Double is equal to is checking condition. Question can be difference between single is equal to and double is equal to. So answer is single is equal to is your assignment operator, double is equal to is your checking condition. For example, if I say A is equal to 5, this is my assignment operator. If I say A is equal to 5, I am checking here whether it is a true or not. This is true. If I say A is equal to 6, I am checking false because A is 5. Logical operator, not and or. Not and or. Not means if it is true, it will become false. And means if all the conditions are true. If all the conditions are true, then it will become true. Or means if any single condition is true. If any single condition is true, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. That means if all the conditions are false, then and only then it will return false. Otherwise, it will return true. This is your logical operators. Suppose I say less than B or A less than C. True, because both the conditions are true. Suppose I say in AND all the conditions should be true. This is also true because these conditions are also true. Suppose I say A greater than B or B less than C. True. Suppose I say here AND. False, because A is greater than B is false. B is less than C is true. So these are your logical operators. Now, assignment, shortened assignment operator. If I say A is equal to 5, A is equal to A plus 5. Print 10. I can write same thing with shortened method. Suppose I say B is equal to 5, B plus is equal to 5. Then I will print B. Then this is a shortened method to write. B plus is equal to 5. Here you can use multiply, divide. You can use any operator. Now input function. Input always fetch whatever you are inputting and store it in a variable in the form of string. Whenever you are inputting any value, it will store it in the data type string. Suppose I say A is equal to input, enter your name. So it has stored in string value. I have provided also string value. Suppose I give B is equal to, okay, I say num1 is equal to input, enter number 1. inverted comma should be closed here. Suppose I say 2. Then again I say num2 is equal to input, enter number 2. So I enter, suppose again 4. Now I say num1 plus num2. It is giving 2, 4. That means it is acting like a string value. It is not acting like an integer value. For this, I will use a is equal to int function. Int input, enter number 1. Suppose I enter 5. B is equal to int input, enter number 2. Suppose I say 15. A plus B. You will get 20. 5 plus 15, 20. This way it is acting as a integer value. Now eval function. I will say x is equal to eval, enter input function, enter number 1. Two, suppose y is equal to eval input, enter number 2. Suppose I enter here 5. Now I say x plus y. It is also converting string value to integer. Now what is the difference between int and eval? Let's see this. Suppose I say z is equal to int input, enter number. Okay, it is not taking decimal numbers. Now suppose I say z is equal to eval input, enter number. I am saying 7.5. It is taking. That means in int it will take only integer value. In eval, depends, if you give int value it will take integer value. If you give it the float value or decimal value it will take that also. So this is about difference between integer and eval function. So eval converts string into numeric value, int or float as the case may be. But in integer, int, it will convert string into numeric value, that is your integer value. Now user defined function. What are user defined function? You are making a program in which suppose you have to calculate area of rectangle, area of square, area of triangle. So in single one program, but we can use different functions also. For example, for area of rectangle we can make one function, area of triangle we can make one function, and area of circle we can make one function, like this. So functions are the small parts, or you can say specific task. For a specific task we can define a function. So how can we define a function? This is a keyword def and then function name and separated by comma. You all are aware with the function. I will explain you it in the script mode. Suppose I say def, function name is area of rectangle. I will say length, comma, breadth. I need this thing, then column. This is indentation. Here I have to calculate length into breadth, or I can directly print here length into breadth. This is my one line function. Now I have to save this. I will save this. PR2. See. Now I will run this program. Now length and breadth. I will call this function, name of the function, and I will pass the argument. Length suppose it is 5 and breadth it is suppose 6. You can see. Now suppose if you want to give user defined, that means you don't want to write like this, you can also give through input function. So you will say L is equal to int input, enter length, suppose I say 89, okay, 8, then I say B is equal to int input, enter breadth, suppose I say 3. Now I call the function area underscore rect L comma B, because my values are in L and B variables. You can see the result. This is how you can call the function. Now suppose I am not using here print statement. This indentation is very important. If your indentation will be wrong, then your result will be wrong, or it will give an error. I can say here area is equal to length into breadth, and then I can say return area. That means function is returning the value which you have calculated. It is not printing here, it is just returning the value. So now I will save it and I will run it. Again you have to call the function area rectangle. Now I will pass the value, suppose it is 4, 5, very close. You can see the result 20, it has print 20. So both are the way through which you can call the function. Now syntax, user defined function is clear. Now indentation. Indentation is, this is your indentation. This is your indentation. If you will not give this indentation, your result will not come. Or you can say this function has made this block, that whatever is written within this indentation will come in this function. Suppose I give disturb the indentation, then I will run. You can see expected an indented block, that means it is an error. You have to give proper indentation so that it should come within this block of this function. Now tokens are the smallest element of Python script that is meaningful to the interpreter. Identifiers. What are identifiers? This is your identifier. Area of rectangle. This is your identifier. Length, breadth. These are your identifiers. This length, breadth. These are all identifiers. Keywords. DEF. DEF is a keyword. This is a keyword. Return is a keyword. These are your keywords. Operators. Plus, minus, multiply. These are your operators. Delimiters. Delimiters are your brackets, colons. These are your delimiters. Literals are your values, integer values, float values. Comment. Comment is one of the important part. Comment are statements in a script that are ignored by the Python interpreter and have no effect on output. Comment in any language are ignored. They are just to make code more readable, more understandable. But way to define comments are different in different languages. In your Python, if you want to define single line comment, it is hash. If you want to define multi-line comment, then it starts with triple inverted commas. I will give you an example. So I can give here a comment, single line comment, hash. We have defined function to calculate area of rectangle. So this way, or you can just say to calculate area of rectangle. So by seeing just this line, you will be able to know that this function is calculating area of rectangle. So this is a single line comment. You can see it has become red color. But if you want to define multiple line comment, then you have to use triple, and then you have to this. Now in this coding, I have a complete my function as a comment. Now let me show you. I have saved. I will run it. It will show no output. Run module. There is no output. If I call this function, you can see. But if I remove this multi-line comment here, now I will run this program. You can see area underscore rectangle 2,3. You can see it. So this is all about today. Thank you all of you.